The air in Huntsville isn't just hot, it's heavy. Heavy with secrets, betrayal, and the kind of drama that no camera can fully capture. What started years ago with MartellHolt's affair has now spiraled into something darker, messier, and far more personal. LaTisha Scott, once the calm voice in the chaos, has suddenly found herself pulled straight into the fire after Arionne decided to shake the table once again. One live video, a few pointed words, and suddenly everyone's guessing who's fake, who's faithful, and who's next to fall. Social media's eating it up, and the streets of Huntsville are buzzing with speculation. LaTisha's marriage, once her proudest shield, is now the biggest target in town. Arionne's hinting she knows things that could ruin reputations, while Martell's silence is speaking louder than any confession. And Marcel, well, his poker face might be hiding more than anyone realizes. It's no longer just gossip. It's survival. Everyone's watching, everyone's whispering, and everyone's waiting for the next bomb to drop. Because in Huntsville, nothing stays buried for long. And when the truth finally surfaces, it won't just destroy friendships. It could take down entire marriages. Huntsville has always been a place where image mattered just as much as truth. People smile for the cameras, shake hands at events, post perfect pictures of family dinners, and act like nothing ever breaks behind closed doors. But beneath that southern charm lies a world of quiet betrayals, whispered rumors, and alliances that shift with every new revelation. LaTisha Scott has spent years trying to balance grace with authenticity, building her reputation as a loyal wife and savvy businesswoman. She stood by Marcel through thick and thin, presenting a united front even when the world speculated otherwise. But when Arionne decided to resurface her truth during a recent live session, she didn't just reopen old wounds. She turned the spotlight back on LaTisha and the entire LoveAndMarriageHuntsville circle. Arionne's words were sharp, deliberate, and dripping with implication. Without saying names, she accused certain wives of living a lie, of acting innocent while knowing their men weren't faithful. The internet instantly connected the dots, and LaTisha's name started trending in comment sections and gossip blogs. For a woman who built her peace on silence, this was a direct challenge. She had watched others crash and burn in public arguments, and for a long time she believed that silence was her safest weapon. But silence in this town often sounds like guilt. It didn't help that MartellHolt, the man whose actions once set this entire saga in motion, decided to stay quiet as well. His calm seemed almost strategic, as if he knew that saying anything could unravel more than he could handle. Fans started questioning his motives. Was he protecting Arionne or protecting himself? And then came the theories that Martell knew things about the Scotts, secrets that could expose the cracks behind their picture-perfect image. LaTisha could feel the pressure rising, every post and comment twisting the knife a little deeper. She had to make a move, but not recklessly. Then, like a queen making her first calculated move in a dangerous chess game, she posted a single message online. Some people love to speak on a marriage they could never maintain. Heal and move on. It was short, elegant, and carried the sting of truth. No names, no drama, but the message hit like a storm. Her supporters rallied behind her, praising her composure, while others dissected every word, convinced it was aimed straight at Arionne. Behind the screens, though, LaTisha knew this was just the beginning. Her silence had been mistaken for weakness, and her poise had been misread as indifference. Now her calm mask was cracking just enough to show the steel beneath. Arionne's attack might have been loud, but LaTisha's response was a reminder. She doesn't need to scream to be heard. In Huntsville, even a whisper can shake the ground. The fallout from LaTisha's post was instant. Within hours, screenshots flooded timelines, podcasts dissected her words, and YouTube channels turned her calm statement into breaking news. Arionne stayed quiet for a moment, but anyone who knew her knew that silence wasn't surrender. It was strategy. She was watching, gathering, waiting for the right moment to strike again. Meanwhile, Martell's name kept circling back into the conversation. People wondered if he was still in contact with Arionne, or if his silence meant he was trying to control the narrative behind the scenes. Every time someone tagged him, he ignored it, fueling speculation that there was more to this story than anyone wanted to admit. LaTisha, on the other hand, appeared unbothered. She posted about her business ventures, family dinners, and motivational quotes, but her eyes told a different story, tired, guarded, and cautious. Marcel stood beside her at events, smiling for cameras, giving short answers to reporters. But there was tension there too, a kind of practiced unity that felt rehearsed. The whispers about their marriage began to resurface, Old rumors rebranded as new truths. Some claimed Martell knew things that could ruin the Scotts if he ever decided to talk. Others believed Arionne's cryptic hints were about Marcel all along. In Huntsville, truth and rumor blur until no one can tell the difference, and that's where the danger lies. Every post, every side comment, every fake smile adds fuel to the growing fire. The Scotts have built an empire on partnership, but cracks are starting to show. LaTisha's confidence wavers behind closed doors, while Marcel focuses on damage control. Arionne's silence looms like a storm cloud, and Martell's avoidance keeps everyone guessing what he's really hiding. It's no longer just about loyalty or love. It's about survival in a world where perception is everything, and one wrong move can destroy everything they've built. As days passed, the tension in Huntsville grew thicker, almost unbearable. Every time LaTisha logged into social media, her notifications overflowed with opinions, some supportive, others viciously accusing her of pretending. She had spent years guarding her family's image, but now she was learning that perfection was impossible to maintain when the public wanted a scandal. Arionne's silence became its own kind of weapon. Her absence from social media felt strategic, as if she was watching everyone squirm before her next revelation. People began predicting what she might say next, and that anticipation alone was enough to keep the town talking. Martell, caught in the middle of it all, stayed hidden behind that same unreadable calm. Some said he was trying to keep the peace. Others believed he was terrified that if Arionne snapped again, she'd drag him and everyone else down with her. LaTisha knew this wasn't over. Every time she smiled for a photo or posted a motivational caption, she could feel the weight of eyes judging her, wondering what was really happening behind the scenes. Marcel, ever composed, continued to play the role of the steady husband, but the distance between them was visible to anyone paying attention. Their public appearances seemed more like performances than moments of affection, and the audience could sense it. Still, they both understood the stakes. The empire they had built depended on keeping up appearances, at least until the storm passed. But this storm didn't seem ready to move on. Arionne had lit the match, and now everyone was watching to see what would burn next. Would she reveal something that could finally expose the truth about the Scotts, or would her silence implode into more chaos? In Huntsville, truth has never stayed buried for long. Behind every smile is a secret. Behind every calm post is panic, and behind every public apology is another lie waiting to surface. The only thing certain is that someone will eventually crack, and when that happens, the whole illusion of perfection that's kept this circle standing will finally collapse, leaving behind nothing but ashes and truths too heavy to hide. So as the smoke thickens over Huntsville, one thing is clear. This isn't just another messy chapter in reality TV history. It's the unraveling of facades built on pride, ego, and secrets that were never meant to see daylight. LaTisha may be holding her head high, Marcel may be guarding their image, and Arionne may be plotting her next move, but the balance is shifting. The peace they pretend to have is only a pause before the next explosion. Every silence feels calculated, every post feels like a hidden message, and every smile feels borrowed. The audience isn't just watching anymore, they're waiting for someone to finally break and tell the truth. And when that happens, no amount of good PR or carefully worded captions will save anyone. Because in Huntsville, scandals don't fade. They evolve, they haunt, and they expose the very people who think they're untouchable. The question isn't who's guilty anymore, it's who's brave enough to admit it first. And you can bet, when that truth finally comes out, we'll be right here spilling every detail on the Hype Spill.